Now let's take a look at adding a chart to our iBooks author page. So from the chart menu, when I select the drop down, I can see that I have lots of different options, from a scatter plot to a bar and line graph to a pie chart to a simple bar graph. I'm going to select this three-dimensional bar graph here. So when I select that, it's going to drop this three-dimensional bar graph out here onto my page. I'm just going to move it around here, and again, notice how it's going to wrap. I also get this region 1 and region 2. If I select off of that and select back on it, I see that I can move this region 1 and region 2, which I'm going to rename here in a bit. I can also adjust my bar graph to look a little bit smaller or larger depending on the size that I want. So I'm just going to slide this around here, and I'm going to get these two to be in a position that I want them to be in. Okay, so from here, when I select my bar, you'll notice that my inspector is going to automatically pop open to the chart inspector. I can modify the look of my chart simply right within this menu, and I can also edit the data. So let's start in by selecting Edit the Data, and over here on the right hand side, I'm just going to simply compare my sale of cookies to my sale of brownies over the years. So region 1, if I double click on it, I'm going to rename that as cookies, and region 2 is going to be brownies. In 2010, I'm simply going to enter the different numbers of sales. So let's just say I had 120. As I tab across 100, I can fill these in. As soon as I click off of that, all of my data is going to be updated. So if I wanted to add columns or add a different row, I could do that and it would automatically update as well. So let's say I wanted to compare a third thing, and let's just say it's lemonade, and I could go across and enter that data in as well. There's the data of our table. Now we can kind of adjust the look and the feel of it as well. So lots of different ways to adjust the bar format. If I wanted to take a look at the depth of that bar, I could adjust that depth so it's really popping out of the screen at me. Kind of neat. I can also rotate that by just clicking and dragging around on these positioning arrows. I can also choose to change the look and feel of each one of those bars by clicking on these different categories, and I can change the bar shape as well. So lots of neat options here. If I want to highlight the individual thing here, and I'm going to go to the inspector widget, because again this too can act as an inspector, or sorry, act as a widget. So I'm going to change the interaction to make it full screen on the tap, so it will enlarge to be the whole screen of my iPad when I pinch to enlarge that. I can also take a look at the layout. I can add a title to that if I'd like to, caption to it at the bottom, and a background image. So I'm going to choose to keep the title and the background off of it this time. But there you go. There's a simple way to add a chart